breaking news of convicted Jeffrey Epstein associate Ghislaine Maxwell being transferred from a Florida prison to a federal prison camp in Texas. Her lawyer confirming the move just 1 week after Maxwell met for 2 days with Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche, something that also reanimated the conversation about whether Maxwell could get a pardon. It's that possibility and comments by President Trump that pushed the family of Epstein abuse victim Virginia Giuffre to give it a new and emotional interview, speaking for the first time on camera since Trump said Giuffre was hired away from Mar-a-Lago.
I think we were shocked by it. Especially we used the term stolen. Because she's not an object, she's a person.
A White House statement that says Trump did not bring up Giuffre, but was responding to a question, is not responsive to the question that was asked about his use of that word, stolen. I can also point out that her name was spelled wrong in that statement. The president denies any knowledge of what Epstein did or that he did anything wrong.
You said that Jeffrey Epstein stole people from Mar-a-Lago. At the time, did you know why he was taking those young women, including Virginia?
No, I didn't know. I don't know really why. But I said if he's taking anybody from Mar-a-Lago, he's hiring or whatever he's doing. I didn't like it, and we threw him out.
Joining us now is Mark McKinnon, former advisor to George W. Bush and John McCain, creator of The Circus. MSNBC legal correspondent Lisa Rubin joins me, along with Julie Radinsky, Democratic strategist and co-founder of Lift Our Voices. I mean, Lisa, Maxwell has made it crystal clear she would like her sentence thrown out or reduced. Typically, if you have someone in the middle of an interaction with federal authorities, if you suddenly hear that they're being moved, can we say that this is likely part of some agreement or no?
I think what we can say, Chris, is that it raises questions about why Ghislaine Maxwell was moved from FCI Tallahassee to the federal prison camp in Bryan, Texas. It's not known whether she has any family there, for example, that would raise the circumstances that she needs to be closer to people to visit her. But what we do know is that security is always less at a federal prison camp than it is even at a low security institution like the one she was at in Florida. We also know that there are fewer restrictions on inmates and that the goal of a federal prison camp oftentimes is more rehabilitative than it is punitive. Inmates are taking classes, they're enrolled in programs about financial responsibility and management, all the sorts of things that you would want for somebody that you're expecting to be out on their feet in some time and that you're hoping will be a contributing member of society. Ghislaine Maxwell was sentenced to 20 years in prison, and while that's not necessarily the rest of her natural life, it's not as if a 20-year sentence for child sex trafficking is of the variety that we expect somebody to be rehabilitated for. You're not expecting.
Well, wait a minute. Can I also ask you this? To be rehabilitated, don't you have to have a belief that you have something to be rehabilitated from? She has never expressed any remorse. She has always denied any sort of wrongdoing.
Well, that's certainly true, but that doesn't mean that while she is in the federal correctional system, she wouldn't welcome a less restrictive environment than the one she was in. I should point out that we understand that while she was in Florida, she was housed in what people would refer to as an honor dorm, so the least restrictive housing situation at that prison. Still, in being moved to a federal prison camp, that is the least restrictive option within the federal correctional system. There are in fact only 2 facilities of that nature in which female inmates can be housed in the federal system. The whole thing, Chris, is very curious, and as you noted, while Ghislaine Maxwell is still engaged in this very public dance with the administration over whether she will get a pardon or a commutation, it just raises more questions than anything else.